Hey, good afternoon, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, I know this coming to the end of the day, man, but I just kind of want to sit down with you and just kind of go over the lesson if that works for you.
Okay.
I walked in on a great part of it. I saw the students being very busy and dealing with the manipulatives, so it's always great when you're dealing with math. Now, I think your lesson was talking about using a fraction or understanding a fraction as a quantity form to make a whole, correct?
Yeah.
All right, good. So tell me, what do you think went well with your lesson that you performed?
I think the learners being able to make connections between parts of a whole and being able to understand how a whole, for it to be a fraction, it must be divided into equal parts.
Okay. Okay.
I think seeing that understanding is one thing, listening to them explaining it, but seeing the way they were working with the manipulators, which is these shapes, showed me that there's a grasp of the understanding that a fraction is an equal part
Okay.
of a whole.
Okay. Well, that takes care of the second part A. I was going to ask you, how do you know? But having them to physically show that information, that gives you some assessment that you're walking around taking care of that. So good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal.
No, the manipulatives were really a great, great way of having them see that connection.
Foundational math, right?
Yeah.
I feel, and I've talked to you about this before, that, all math lessons should be taught with some form of manipulatives, right?
Yeah.
I think Albert Einstein said it best: if you can't teach it to a sixth grader, you don't know it.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me, a 6-year-old, you don't
Yeah.
really know it. So it makes sense. Now, I saw that you had some students grouped in certain parts. So did you pre-assess them?
I did. Okay. I had just literally 5 questions.
Okay. Okay.
It was a simple question. I wanted to take them from a place, from concrete, something that has meaning to them. I know that all my kids love eating pizza.
Right.
I decided to work with pizza,
Right,
right?
right.
Easiest thing to partition or divide.
Yeah.
And it was just basically questions of 4 friends go to a restaurant and they need to make their own pizza.
Mm-hmm.
How would they divide it into a way, partition the pizza into a way where each one would get an equal size slice. The next one was just having them go back to the same restaurant, but they spoke about they want more than one slice.
So what we were looking for, having those students take that assessment, what specific things were we looking for, if any?
Would students understand how we can take a whole and partition it into different parts, equal parts?
Equal parts.
So looking for equal parts.
Yeah.
That was my main goal.
Okay.
I then wanted to go a bit further because I didn't want to assume that all my learners wouldn't get this. So I wanted to go a bit deeper to see, especially my students that need enrichment, where their levels at, because you don't want to teach students something that they already know, right?
Absolutely.
It's unfair, right?
Yeah.
So my next question was, speaking about the fact that they went to a restaurant for 2 consecutive nights. One was just they had 1 big slice, each of them, so it was partitioned. It should have been partitioned only into 4 parts, right? 4 equal parts. The next time they wanted 2 slices, so more than 1 slice, so it was partitioned into 2 equal parts, 8 parts. And I wanted to stretch their thinking a bit. So I asked a question where one of the guys said he felt like he ate more the second time around because he had 2 slices instead of 1.
And how do you know, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he is correct, how can you prove it? If he's not correct, how can you prove it? And the answer that my kids really blew my mind. I have one here that I know now he doesn't get that understanding. So I need to work on him. His answer was, I disagree because I can eat 3 slices.
Okay.
So that shows me that he's not there yet. Right? But then I had these 2 students that said, I disagree because the slices that he had the first time was a quarter. So he's using vocabulary here that tells me that even though they didn't cover fractions in grade 2, somewhere else,
rich vocabulary.
Yeah.
There it is.
was the same percentage. He's even using
Percentages.
as the second time. So he says, even though he only had 1 the first time and 2 the second time, it's the same.
Okay.
Using the word quarter and percentage. So I know here's some background knowledge of fractions.
Yeah.
This girl, very to the point, just said the word disagree, and she drew the quarter.
Okay.
Equals, she drew the quarter partitioned into 2. So she drew the quarter and the eighth.
Oh, wow. Okay, so representation of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, talk to me about the manipulatives that you use. I saw that, you got to a certain point and it seemed like the students were getting it. How, is there a place that you're trying to go?
Yeah, I want to, like I said, my main goal, that I've been on the fence with regards to manipulatives.
Right.
seen it a bit as a waste of time. I will be honest because I haven't worked with manipulatives a lot.
Right.
But today,
Yeah.
I would be happy to say that I've seen success in manipulatives.
Good deal. Good deal.
And I'll tell you why. I wanted the kids from a place where, like I said, that concrete to the abstract.
Okay.
And I understand now more using these manipulatives that it will take some time.
Uh-huh.
So I have over here a octagon,
Yeah.
yellow octagon, and then I have two trapezoids, right, which is representing the halves. Then I have some diamonds over here, three of them representing the thirds.
You know, the rhombus has always been something interesting for the students to get to and learn that equivalency of. So.
Yeah, and then I have the 6 triangles representing the 6.
Okay.
Right. So what I wanted to do was, without giving them too much, because I still wanted to be inquiry, right? I'm not trying to give them too much. I showed them what the hole looks like.
Yeah.
So this right here is a hole. So picture this being a whole cookie. Let's still work with food because it has meaning to them, right? They've just come from the pizza. I wanted to keep it there.
Right.
Said, there's a hole. I just threw them manipulatives on the carpet. I gave them about 5 minutes just to get used to playing with them. I don't know when the last time they actually played with these pattern blocks. Right? And I said, I want you to find different ways, different combinations, using different colors.
Absolutely.
We have the blue, we have the green, we have the red,
Yeah.
to make up a whole.
It's inquiry.
Yep.